Hello everybody, this is Jeff at divinecosmos.net, and today I wanted to share with you guys what I consider a recent experience of mine, a story that I consider a profound and poignant example of the power of prayer and the power of love. So the background to this story is that last fall I met a new friend who I started rock climbing with, and when the winter set in, I introduced him to ice climbing. I'm an avid ice climber, and I was showing him the ropes in ice climbing. We went out ice climbing regularly, almost once a week. And the first time I went out, my friend asked if he could bring his dog, which I hadn't met before. So I said, yeah, why not? I love dogs. Bring your dog. So anyways, his dog's named Missy. She's 77 years old, which is pretty old in human years. But the dog is like super fit, super spry, has this incredible curiosity and energy and keen sense of intelligence, and just loves being outside in the mountains. Very often we couldn't get her to get back in the car. She didn't want to leave the mountains. She just loved being out there. So this story is really about the dog. And a strange side note here is the funny thing is this dog is almost like the human version of me. The dog is old, yet it's fit and spry and very energetic and has a keen curiosity and loves the mountains. Well, I'm kind of old. I just turned 60. Yet I'm fit and spry and very energetic and love the mountains. So that's just a weird side note. Anyways, back to the story. So about 4 weeks ago, and I fell in love with Missy. I just loved the dog, and Neil loves the dog and wanted the dog to come out and really enjoy the outdoors with us. So about 4 weeks ago, I'm walking home from a walk, and I cross paths with my friend, and he tells me that he lost Missy, and I'm like, you lost Missy? What do you mean? He said that he had been out on a backcountry mountain ski tour with his friends, and they brought Missy. They summited a 10,000 snow-covered jagged peak called Blackmore Peak. And when they were at the summit, the dog saw some mountain goats way down on the other side of the mountain and took off after them, and they couldn't get the dog back. It was late in the day. The terrain was really rugged down there, and they just didn't have time. And they eventually had to leave without the dog. And I met up with him when he just was on his way home. So, with my positive attitude, I said something positive. I said, well, Missy's going to be all right. I think she's going to find her way out because she is such a fit and smart and outdoor savvy dog. I'm pretty sure she's going to do fine, find her way out, and end up with somebody if it's not us. Anyway, that evening I was on another walk under the stars out near my place, and I decided to say a prayer for Missy. I told the universe that I dearly loved Missy, and that if it wasn't her time to go, would you please assist and guide her out of the mountains to someone that can love her? That was my prayer. And then 3 days later, I'd kind of completely forgotten about this, but I was going out to the mountains on myself to do a backcountry ski tour, a solo backcountry ski tour. Completely forgot about Missy and everything. I was just excited to get out and go on a ski tour. Anyways, I was driving up to the trailhead in the mountains, but not all that, about 2/3 of the way to the trailhead. There was a bridge across a dam, and it was completely blocked by very large snowdrifts. We had had a snowstorm and it had been windy. So I wasn't able to cross the bridge and get to the trailhead. So I was forced to pick an alternative destination, which was a trailhead that was just on my side of the bridge. That just so happened to be the trail to the peak that the dog was lost on. Although that wasn't in my mind. I had completely forgotten about that. But anyways, it was my best option, and so I chose to go ski up what is called the Blackmore Mountain Trail. And I was about halfway to the summit, and it's about 5 miles and 4,000 feet to the summit. I was halfway up, skiing along in the beautiful fresh powder, untracked, and nobody but me was out there. Sunshine, it was a very beautiful day. And I'm skiing along up the hill, and something, I don't know if I heard something or felt something, but I turned around, and there was the dog. There was Missy. Missy, yay. So I was like, oh my God. I remembered that I had said a prayer for Missy. And then I thought, the universe blocked the bridge because it knew that the only thing that I would choose to do under those conditions is to go up the Blackmore Trail. It knew that's what I would choose. And it was guiding me to intersect with Missy. Why do I say this? Guess how many times, I have been up the road to these trailheads hundreds and hundreds of times over the last 15 years. Maybe 1,000 times. And guess how many times the bridge was impassable? Yep, you guessed it, 0 times. This is the only time the bridge has ever been impassable in the hundreds or the 1,000 times that I've actually gone up this road. So the universe conspired to block the bridge, knowing that my only choice would be to go up that trail and I would intersect with the dog. So I kind of wanted to continue up the mountain, but the dog had been outside for like almost 3 whole days. Like 2 nights and 3 days, almost 3 days in full winter conditions in the high peaks of Montana. I certainly wasn't going to make the dog go any higher. It had to be tired, cold, and hungry. So I decided to go down with the dog right away. But first I gave it a whole bunch of hugs and kisses and some water and some food, and then we headed down. And when we were about 2/3 of the way back down to the trailhead, we're coming around a corner, and guess who's coming up the trail? Yeah, my friend Neil, the owner of the dog. Me and Neil and the dog are the only people out there on this mountain this entire day. But here comes Neil. And I'm like, Neil, what the heck are you doing here? Guess what? I found Missy. And he tells me, like, 2 hours earlier while he was in class at university, he got this overwhelming feeling that he has to go up to Blackmore. He had no intentions of doing this. It just came up spontaneously. So he hightailed it up. So guess what time that was? he got the urge to come up at exactly the time that I made my decision to go up the Blackmore Trail. So the universe notified my friend. As soon as the universe knew that I was actually going to go up the trail and intersect with the dog, the universe notified my friend to come up and join us. Do you guys see the significance of this? It's sort of like a love triangle. The two people who dearly loved the dog were guided to the reunion and final rescue of the dog. Even though we weren't even thinking about it. We weren't planning to do it. I had just set the intention, sent the prayer into the universe, and the universe guided us to the outcome we desired. It's kind of like a sort of a love triangle. All three that loved each other, the dog, me, and Neil, we reunited on the mountain together to bring our loved one back. That is the power of prayer, which is the power of intention. And any intention motivated by love is a super powerful intention. And magic can happen. So that's it. I thought it was an important story to share. And that's it. If you enjoyed the story, please share it with other people, or give it a like, or consider subscribing to my website or my Facebook channel or my YouTube channel. Hasta la vista. I love you.